Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and welcome to show and tell number 68. Ah. Um, so there are a number of new subscribers to my channel, so I want to take just a quick moment to welcome you guys to my corner of the strange internet over here and say hi. um Hopefully you guys will continue to comment. Many of you guys have. I do want to respond to two different commenters on my content for the last month. One, I cannot find your original comment, but to the person who said they put lemon pepper in their cottage cheese. Oh my God, thank you so much for that tip. If you like cottage cheese and you like lemon and pepper in your cottage cheese, try it. Fantastic tip. I have been eating a lot of lemon pepper cottage cheese recently. The other one is to the commenter on my yarn bingo video. Yes, you are 100% correct. My math wasn't wrong, but I horribly misspoke. My weight for the last month was 4 pounds or 4.71 pounds, not 471 pounds. That's Melanie. So that was hilarious. I sat there like watching the video going, what on earth did I really say 400? Yeah, I said 400 pounds. No, 4.71 pounds. Yeah, I have totally been normally I catch my misspeaks when I edit my videos or preview my videos. Even if I don't need to edit them, I do still preview them. Just so I can catch things like that. Totally missed that one. You can tell how just dead my brain was last week when I was trying to film. I had filmed a show and tell 68 just in case I didn't have time to film today. It is Thursday, which is normally my day to sit down and film. But I really wanted to refilm. There are some more finished objects. I didn't have a show and tell last week because just life. I also had other things I needed to get up that were a little bit more time sensitive. But yeah, so I'm a little bit more energetic. I feel a little bit more ready to go here. So it's voila. We're going to talk about some finished objects. I need some input from you guys. We'll discuss that after I show you my finished objects and talk about some of my current WIPs. But I need y'all's feedback on a number of things. So finished objects. I don't think there's a pattern for anything in here. So just heads up. So first off, I did a set of, I use them for dishes. I know a lot of people, I call them face rounds half the time too, but I actually prefer these for dishes and these for cleaning the house. But I had to tell you, I wanted to show you guys the set as a whole, but this is the set of lemon peel dishcloths that I had done, or washcloths that I had done. To start off with. And I still think these are adorable. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep them. But these are reusing the scraps. And you can see where I kind of like ran out of some and not others. I had, I think like maybe 3 yards that went into my next Franken pot holder. But yeah, these will go up to the kitchen, well, to the laundry room. Yeah, no pattern for those. That's just a basic circle increase using 10 in the center. The next thing I completed was another one of my 4 patches for my granny scrap blanket. So now I've got 2 full 4 patches. I still don't like the way I'm connecting the blocks. I tried a different sewing method, still don't like it. So we'll keep going with it. I mean, they're both invisible. You can't really tell, but I just not liking it. But yeah, so when they go together, they'll go together like these. So they'll very clearly be 4 patches, 4-patch quilt block kind of things sewn together. I am debating on using a different color and doing a granny join for the 4 patches. I'm not sure yet, but I'm enjoying it so far. Oh, I forgot my 12-inch block. I did finish a 12-inch granny square this week for Wishes for Wings, I think is where I'm probably going to send that. But I have some of the Red Heart neon yarns, and they've been sitting there, and it's like, I don't know what to. I've got one black light and 2 of the black with the neon flecks in it, and they actually kind of look cool as a granny square, but I'll have to go through and find some of my other neon yarns, so I'm not sending Rose just like 6 neon squares that don't go with anything else. At least, you know, give her the option of kind of coordinating some of these squares. Let's see how. So I had 2 Premier cake. Oh, I can't reach it from here without knocking stuff over. The regular Premier cakes, not Candy Shop. The, what is it? Cake Pop. Forgot the name. Anyway, I had 2 that were just kind of sitting out on their own. So what I did was I cut the purple out of, same side, cut the purple out of one and made a slouchy hat out of the blues. Really like how that looks. But I also like things that kind of stripe. So got that done. And then the other one was all aquas. This is Frosty Swirl. And I can't remember what the other one is. So there is no pattern for these hats. These are just Carrie hats. I will be coming back to this one though. And I had got a little baby hat out of that one too. The rest of the yarn for both of those went into granny squares for the 4 patches. Because for some reason, I have no problem making the squares and blocks individually. My problem literally just seems to be joining. Because I still have like 400 of these that just need to be joined. I probably ought to work on that this weekend. If you have a really good idea of something to stream and watch for Tori and me this weekend that's kind of, I don't want to say horror, but like mystery kind of intrigue. We're not really big into murder stuff, but like there's a lot of thriller. That's the genre for it. If you have any good thriller ideas of what we could stream, we have Hulu, Amazon Prime, and Netflix. So kind of, I want to really sink my teeth into something interesting. We did go ahead and take a shot on Light as a Feather on Hulu. And the first episode, like they're short, is little 30-minute episodes. It's like, this is such a teen drama. Like I started losing interest very quickly. And then it started getting weird. And it's like, okay, what's going on here? So we did watch season 1 of that. We started season 2. So we'll finish that actually probably tonight. So we're going to need something else to watch now. But yeah, Light as a Feather's weird. I thought it was going to be like kind of more like Riverdale-ish. And then it went weird. So yeah. But yeah, I need a thriller suggestion for this weekend. Oh, I forgot to trim the end. I wove it in. So the next hat I did is this one. This is the Target yarn that I reviewed last year in Jade. I just finished off the cake. I had a little bit left over from the projects I did for the review. And then when I did the hat, I had enough. I think I did 2 grannies, 3 round grannies, and like 1 round, the second round on another one or something. But those will show up again as I'm trying to keep my scraps moving out of my stash as I work on projects again. I do still have a couple in my bins that I probably have to take upstairs when I go back up, but we'll come back to that too. The last finished object I have is I did use the last cake that I had of the Lion Brand Crayola. I had 3 of the sepia, so this is just another sepia hat. So why I want to come back to discuss these. I keep telling you guys, like, I'm really weird. I have a preference when it comes to crown increasing. And this is a perfect way to show you why. So you can see how this hat is just really, everything. This is a very slouchy hat. It's not a very, if you have a huge head, and I do mean huge, like this will fit you like a fitted beanie. Otherwise, this is definitely a slouchy hat. But this used a 12 stitch increase, or a base 12 increase. This one used the base 10 increase. And this one used a base 8 increase. Now you do have some collapsing just in the rib in general, the way I did it, but you can tell the fewer the increases, the less rippling and puckering you get at the top. For something like this, it doesn't really matter, but I still think that looks kind of sloppy. And 10 is normally for a textured hat where I go. It's a little bit harder. I know the color's kind of blowing out just a little bit. The lighting's a little bit weird. Once again, I'm filming at lunchtime, so I do have daylight bulbs in my ceiling fan, but I do have some weird glow coming out from the window too, even though the window's shut. And then you've got the 8, which in the case of this hat, I think is a little too few if you tried to do an adult sized hat. Now this is a large kids, small adult size. There is no pattern for this. So I took the hat from 2 weeks ago. I liked the concept, but I didn't like the change in the pattern. So what I did was I made some changes to it. I kept the pattern of it coming down, because even though it collapses out like this, sorry, my hair's still wet. When you have it on, it doesn't. This is also a more slouchy hat, but I also used a double crochet with the front post, and this one I did a front post back post on the brim. This one I did the 3rd loop or camel stitch. The last row I did single crochet in the 3rd loop and came back and did a reverse single crochet at the bottom. And this one is 3rd loop half doubles all the way down to this last row, and then that's just a single crochet in the 3rd loop down there. So I altered that pattern quite a bit, but I did want to show you the difference in the way the increasing looks, because I know I've mentioned it when I did last year. One of the squares for Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Bingo was designing your own pattern, and I designed my Texture So Bright I've Got to Wear Shades hat, and I haven't circled back to that hat or finished writing out the pattern or anything else. It's not a pattern I think I can grade, so it's just kind of a one size deal, but I talked about in that one, I am kind of weird about the way crocheted hats look when you do the increasing, trying to get a nice smooth look, but you don't want it to flatten the texture or anything else. So I did want to show you guys, that's the difference. And 10 is still my preference. I still think 10 just almost always looks perfect. Even for these, I think I used these are just basic half double beanies, but I used 10 for the increasing, and they lay flat on the top instead of getting that, when the center rises up like that and kind of looks like a little pokey. Yeah, this one, well, that one's 10 too. And this is just a half double. So that's why 10 is my preference. I've mentioned it a couple of times, and I've had a couple of people ask me about that, and that is why. Visual observations. So I've had a couple people asking if I was going to do an update to my how to approach knitting as a crocheter video. I am more than happy to do that. But I need your feedback to see exactly what it is you guys are looking for with that. I already have a clip to show you the comparison of me crocheting versus me knitting. I have been asked about how I work two colors using both hands. So I don't mind including those clips. I've had a couple people I've already sent kind of really bad quickie videos to show them what I mean when I say I knit exactly like a crochet. So I don't mind including those or showing those, but what else is it you guys are curious to see or to know about in a approaching knitting as a crocheter part 2? I'm kind of at a loss at what all to include in that. The first time it was more how to treat yourself kindly as you're switching crafts and looking at crafts differently. So I kind of need viewer-led suggestions when it comes to a self-taught knitter from a crocheter, becoming a knitter from being a crocheter, and I was self-taught. So, and not self-taught from YouTube. Yeah, so let me know in the comments down below kind of more what you guys are thinking you want to see, or what kind of questions are you coming across. It doesn't have to be anything, you know, showing my hands, which I don't mind. I'm, like I said, just not really a tutorial channel. But what information are you guys getting hung up on? Are you confused by? Seems to be different than what you know with crochet. Anything I can do to make that video great for you guys helps me out quite a bit, because I'd really like to make sure I'm talking about the subject matters and points you are curious about. But hopefully this weekend I will sit down and do some filming in my hands and get a better quality video than me in my dark study trying to balance a camera between my chin and my chest to show my hands for my friends. Yeah. So I've also been asked, I'm working on a shawl that I've shown a couple of my friends, and some of you guys have asked about. Would I be willing to do a tutorial for it? I don't, yeah. It's a basic increase shawl. Like the hat, it's kind of one of those, I don't mind. There's no real pattern for it, so I don't mind showing a tutorial on how I get it started, and the alterations you can make to it, but I can show a picture right here. I do also want to show you the picture of the color work project I'm doing. I'm really enjoying that. So I'm working on that because I've been eyeballing that pattern now, or that kit, since I think it was released in August, maybe August or September. And by then I was already trying to not buy more yarn. We were in the process of moving and everything else. And then my group of friends established the yarn ban, and things just kind of like escalated from there as far as what I was going to purchase or not purchase this year. So when Blueprint announced that they were closing and we're no longer going to be taking orders after May 31st, I had to go ahead and purchase the things that were on my wish list for Christmas and birthdays and get those here. So I did have $100 that I was given specifically to purchase yarn with. So I used that, plus kind of agreed that like the extra was early birthday gift from my husband. So there's that. So I do technically have acquisitions, but they're all kits. It's quite a bit to try to show you guys. And since you can't order it now, I ordered at the last possible moment. There's really kind of no point in showing you what I got. I can't think if I got any emails this morning that were particularly interesting. Oh, a couple of you guys asked me about the KT and the squid scarf that I did. Sorry, they're still down here from where I did yarn bingo, so it makes it easy. If you sign up for their newsletter on Fridays, they send out an email. Also, if you follow them on social media, Katie and the Squid actually like post the codes for free patterns on Fridays, or whenever they release them. There was one like last Wednesday, I think, just kind of randomly. But yeah, so sign up for a lot of these dyers, independent designers, dyers, people like that. Sign up for their websites, newsletters, and you'll get emails. Unfortunately, I can't get EFA's, Expression Fiber Arts emails for some reason, so I have to try to catch it on Facebook on Friday, but her patterns are just gorgeous. I love their Friday releases for the most part. And Expression Fiber Arts does knitting and crochet, which is pretty awesome. Katie and the Squid, I think, are only crochet. And there's somebody else I recently started subscribing to. But yeah, so definitely check those out as an option for like patterns you might not always see or see a whole bunch of people making, because some of those are absolutely gorgeous. Other than that, I don't think I have anything for the show and tell today. But once again, leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. I kind of need your opinions on some of these things. Other than that, I hope you guys have had an amazing week so far. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I love you guys, and I look forward to seeing you all real soon. Bye, guys.